Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your Goddess Guru, your sister friend. And I love helping women align with their life purpose using the power of ancient wisdom and the goddess centered lifestyle. I'm here for our Inspired Goddess Morning Circle. Whether you're watching live or in the replay, let's do this, Goddess. Welcome. Greetings. Greetings, goddesses. Welcome. How y'all doing out there? Yes. Welcome, G Hive. Y'all, it's the Wednesday morning turn up. Woo. Hey, Queens, how y'all doing out there? I had to take that song all the way to the end. All right, it's that kind of day. Hello, Queens. Hello, G Hive. Goddess Hive, how are y'all doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi. You know what, Jasmine? I was actually going to do it. You're right. Today, I wasn't going to do it, but I was going to do it on Thursday. And then I looked at my Thursday and I just said, you know what? I actually can just go live later. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going live later on Wednesday. But you're exactly right. You remember correctly. Greetings. How are you, Goddess Oshun Kimmy? Welcome. Hello, Shannon. Welcome, Queen. Glad you are here. Girl, you know me. I'm all about that, all right? I'm a batty, baby. I'm gonna get my dance on, all right? Grand Rising, Bean. How are you, Queen? Glad you're here. Yep. I was supposed to, y'all remember exactly correct. That's why I said something about them Virgos, Aquariuses, and Capricorns. Y'all pay attention to what I'm saying. But yeah, I just decided I'm gonna go live today because Thursday is a little bit booked out for me right now. So, how is everyone doing? So we are officially in the new moon eclipse energy. We've been here, for pretty much a month. We should have been seeing something pop off in this last month, some new beginning. And I made a video yesterday for the ladies in the YouTube membership and my coaching program. And afterwards, I heard a word, and I think I'm gonna have to take this off. I have on 2 shirts, and it's cool in the morning, and then it warms up. So I had 2 shirts on because I was a little chilly. But look, I got my shoulders out now, venting. Anywho, ladies, but there was something that I said, oh my gosh, I need to really speak on this. So I don't know if I'm going to make a full-on video or if it'll just be good here for me to say this. But anytime we have the energy of Aries, it's time for a breakthrough, baby. It's time for a breakthrough. Aries is new beginnings, but it's new beginnings that perhaps we're going to get a breakthrough. So, where do you need a breakthrough in your life? I want you to think about that. Where do you need a breakthrough? And you may have already been seeing where you need your breakthrough. It could be, in professionally, it could be in relationships, health and well being, um, career, work. Just maybe you're like, no, or emotionally, you just need a breakthrough, period. Some breakthrough that we're all needing. And that could be at the forefront. The breakthrough could be in something that is Aries, that has to do with Aries. So, Aries is the body, it is the energy of being like, it has to do with business in terms of like startup. It has to do with let's see here, passion and drive, creativity, and it's really something where it's like there's an area of life that's going to really take a lot of energy. Like you really need to be pushing yourself to just be like, I'm not turning back." See, there's no turn back with Aries, okay? So I really want you to be thinking about where you need a breakthrough. Do you need a breakthrough in your mind? Do you need a breakthrough in your heart? Do you need a breakthrough in your emotions? Do you need emotional breakthrough? Do you need a breakthrough of some sort in your body? So let a sister know. Okay, here we go. I'm doing well. Plan on going to the lake after work. The Wata is calling me. I say, oh, okay. I love that. I know you got Pisces in there somewhere. So yes, go do that. Where do you go? Do you go to one of the rivers in um, Nashville, or are you down here in Rutherford County going? Because there's rivers everywhere down here in Rutherford County. Kapashango and then Sumatra. Oh, maybe it's the same thing. Nice, nice, nice. I have water right now. Buenos dias, Paulette. How are you? So please, 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 y'all, I need y'all to set y'all's intentions, because let me tell you, breakthrough energy is afoot, because this Aries energy in my mind is no joke right now. This is like potent. You know, with Chiron being there, Chiron is the wounded healer. So is there some breakthrough that you need where you're wounded? A lot of us may need a breakthrough in how, like our self-worth and our self-value. That Chiron in Aries, it's some breakthrough that we need in understanding our body. I was just listening to a video with Viola Davis, and she was saying that the most important question you can ask is why. And she was being told things like, you don't look a certain part, you have this deep voice, it's just not gonna work for this particular, part. And she started saying, you know what, actually everything about me is just fine. Maybe that's the song we need to listen to, Mary J. Blige, Just Fine. But she was saying that what we have to do is take whatever we have and just make it work. And that's pretty much where I've been for the last year. Like, actually, for the last year, because once I saw my older son walk across that stage in that beautiful white Coast Guard uniform, graduating the top of his class, having his degree, well, he got his degree, but the commission as an officer being handed to him by my sister-in-law, who is one of the early women who went to West Point. In my mind, she's one of the early women because she's one of the early Black women that went to West Point. She went to West Point in the 80s, being handed his commission into the Coast Guard as an officer by my sister-in-law, and being witnessed by the vice president. So essentially the vice president of the United States, who is a woman of color, whether you for her or not, that woman was on stage. Because I'm telling you, all the previous years, it wasn't even a woman. It was a white man. When I saw that, I was like, you know what? You don't have to be perfect to create something great. Now I give my son all his credit, but my part in that, I receive. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be great. So maybe some of us need a breakthrough in accepting the very thing about us that we perceive as this seeping wound, as this seeping fault, as this thing that's just like you're broken. You will never be able to have the life that you want or the dreams that you want. Maybe some of us need a breakthrough in receiving that. No, you know what? Even my wound is my gift. Because let me tell you, Aries, if Aries, which is the warrior, is like out on that battlefield and goes down, that wounded warrior is gonna get up and he's gonna go. And I'm saying he because Aries, I want to just give this energy credit. He's gonna go to the end. He'll be like, baby, you're gonna have to just go on ahead and take me out. Or maybe one of my fellow warriors is gonna come over here and pick me up and get me to safety so I can get some care. But when you really have, this is the thing about Aries, when you really have that passion and that desire, it is like, no matter what, I will not be denied. Now, maybe we need to use some more feminine energy to manifest. But it's kind of like, okay, so I took a hit. So I did something wrong. So I have faults. I don't care. I can create something great, even with, if we're like the hunchback of Notre Dame, I got a hunchback, or I got like this huge big mole on my nose and I'm kind of like crinkled up. I'm unstoppable. I'm unstoppable. Where do you need to be unstoppable in your life? Okay, how can you use this time as a breakthrough with us having this? It's going to be more and more of us being like, oh my gosh, I'm just so in touch with how I perceive myself is so wounded, because this is Chiron and Aries, and this is what the eclipses are bringing. It's going to really highlight that. And it's like, how do you perceive your wound? How do you reframe your wound and take it in a new direction? These are a lot of the things that we are going to be focused on this year. Okay. These are the things that we're going to be focused on this year. And so because Jupiter is there, some of it is reframing. The beauty is you're going to have a new perspective. Because see, Mars is like, like brute strength, and it's got all the little weapons and stuff. And it's like, I will fight till the end. But this eclipse that's happening, that is giving us this blessing of happening while Jupiter is still in Aries, is like, we will take action guided by wisdom, and that the reframe is actually what makes us the warrioress, right? How can I reframe a thing? I told y'all I've been working with a hypnotherapist, and I had met with her this morning. That was why I was thinking I wasn't going to make it today, but I met with her this morning, and we talked about just this whole, like, the way exercise and movement got distorted for me because of me being a fitness instructor and a dance performer. And it was brilliant what she said, because I was saying it's so easy for me to choose to work on my business, and I just sit and sit and sit all day. And she said, but as anytime we are business owners, or you do something creative, you want your creative juices flowing, you actually have to get up and move your body. It's a lot of times when you step away from whatever it is that you're creating and you just go do something else, that's when all of these insights and, these great ideas and these new ways of seeing whatever you're working on will come to you. And when you move, you have a flow going on. It's like this ocean of creativity that is just flowing through you. And she said, but when we just sit on our bottoms all day, all of that energy is just sitting there in our bottoms. And I was like, when you say it like that, it makes so much sense. Just a total reframe that now will give me the motivation to take action. So that's what we're looking for, a reframe that's going to give you the motivation to take action, right? But part of this reframe, because of Chiron being there, is this notion of you're just so wounded. You're too broken. And yeah, it's just how it is. You're going to have to just go on ahead and take the loss, take whatever you feel like you can, whatever is good for you at where you are. And this eclipse has given us an opportunity to say, you know what? No, that doesn't have to be my truth. Because the ultimate reality is, guess what? You're not even this body. Whatever this name is that you're calling yourself, you're not that. When we think about higher wisdom, what is this about? It's about understanding, self-realization, know who you are. The ultimate, where were you before you were in your mom's womb? Who is that part of yourself? And we have come here to dig and excavate through this 3D representation of ourselves to understand the truth. And so when we really get to the truth, it makes you like, yeah, I am energy in a body. I'm a soul that is inhabiting a body temple. And no matter what happens with, this consciousness of me being this woman, living at this time, that this is all such a gift. Like this is what we're here to do. We're not here necessarily to experience perfection. We're here to experience forgetfulness, and then to remember, and then to do something with it from that perspective of remembering. So we can manifest whatever we want. We can't manifest in other people's lives. So sometimes you have to attract to you what you desire. It may not look exactly like you thought it would, but we can literally create the life that we desire. And that means including that we may have a wound that it kind of is like, you know what? On the day we die, I did my best. I made so much progress getting this thing, healed up, even if it was 90% healed and it's still 10% left. That's such an amazing win. Because just imagine if the wound is at 100% unhealed and we get to 50% healed, don't y'all know we're going to be, oh my gosh, let us get to 51% healed. That wound probably won't even be, it won't even be able to stop us. It reminds me, and y'all have heard me say this before, of A Beautiful Mind. It's one of my favorite videos. It helped me to understand addiction, to be honest with you. And y'all know I always say, I am not saying that anybody's mental health is an addiction, but I'm just saying that movie helped me. So I just want to honor anyone who deals with schizophrenia. I honor you. Okay. And this is not a reflection on that at all. But what ended up happening was, this man, this math genius, had schizophrenia. He was seeing 3 people no one else could see. In his relationship with these people, and the schizophrenia was creating a very big problem in his life. And he goes on medication, and the medication took away his muse. He was not good at math. He was just gibberish. His colleagues were coming and looking at the math that he was writing down, and they were just like, oh my gosh. I think he even had a what is that? A lobotomy or whatever you call it. And so he finally told his wife, I promise you, I'm going to get this in check. And once he came off the medication, the 3 people were there in full force, just in his face, everywhere he was on campus. It was like Harvard, Yale, something like that, just in his face all the time. And what he did was he ignored them. He just said, I'm not going to engage you. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I'm done. And when he did that, they still showed up. But then once they got no reaction from him, it was as if they just kind of backed off a little bit. And then they backed off so much that he didn't even see them anymore until the day he won a Nobel Prize for his math. And he and his wife were standing out there. He's older, definitely like 60s or something like that, 70s. And his wife is just so proud of him for getting this Nobel Prize. And he looks up and they were down there looking like at the end of the hallway. We're here whenever you want to get going again. So that man never got rid of the people that he saw in his schizophrenia. He never one day got rid of them, but he got to a tipping point where this was not running his life. This wound, whatever this was in his mental health, was not running his life. We don't even have to get 100%. That's probably a fallacy that the majority of us need to get past. That let me explain to y'all how this Aries eclipses, they're going to be making us face this Chiron energy within ourselves. And it will initially feel painful, but Jupiter being there right now is already imprinting on the eclipse energy in Aries perspective and allowing this to let us grow and heal. Beautiful. Okay, ordination. That's so exciting, Ocean Kimmy. Having the courage to step into the newness of my career shifting. I'm also getting back into singing and producing. Yes. And I do know you, Mystic Storm, you've been having you're reframing a lot. You're getting a lot of perspective so you can get back to your gifts, your talents, the things that you love doing, and doing it in a way that is authentic to you. Hello, Shaka. Welcome. Oh, Percy Priest. That's a good one. That's one of my favorite places. Oh my gosh. That's one of my favorite places. Uma Bean, breakthroughs in creating more ease in life. Funny what happens when we're alignment with purpose. Yes. I love the way you said that. It's really true. That's what I have found. We're given all these to-do lists and suggestions, and some of them are good and will work, but ultimately they are designed to support being aligned with your purpose. Everything just flows so much easily when we're aligned with our purpose. My intentions is to fully accept my gift of the muse. You really need to do that, Shannon. We're Shannon is one of the sistership circle of facilitators, and we were in a group together, and I was just like, girl, you got to lead with this. All right, you got to lead with this. Nice. Chiron is in Leo 3rd house. Whew. Yeah. Anytime Chiron is in the 3rd house. Wow. But I bet you, Morgan, Chiron in Aries is probably helping you because it's interacting with your Chiron in a way that's supportive and expansive. Ocean Kimmy, this year I'm focused on becoming an entrepreneur, traveling more, and creating the lifestyle I envision for myself. Moving more and removing baggage from my physical body. Now, this is going to help you with that. Oh my gosh, this Aries energy. Woo! Ooh, I allow flow and ease. I am not the body. Exactly. I love that. Beautiful Mind. I love that movie. My son did watch it when he took some college classes while he was in high school. And I'm like, I felt kind of bad. I was like, oh my gosh. He said that was a lot, mama. But yeah, as an adult, waiting for a cure uses up the energy we need to move forward. Ashe. Oh, love it. Okay, good. Good. Hi, Shaka. Okay, so thank y'all so much for letting me share all of that with you all. I just really want to make sure that we um, have what we need, how to use this energy so that it's working in our favor. For everyone who's in the membership, I posted, I haven't sent out a notification yet to let y'all know, even though y'all can see it. I posted the eclipse video yesterday. I posted the Aries eclipse video. And I did have to stop and take a few breaks. So I turned on some music in the middle of it. I need to add the what do you call them? Um, yeah, the little notes or whatever to kind of like create the segments within the video. So it's there. And anyone who's not a part of the membership, please feel free to join so that you can get that longer video. And yeah. So let's talk a little bit about equanimity. It's something that I know is important because we're in such times for some of us that feel very turbulent. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but this day and age feels extremely turbulent. And for me, and I found myself getting so upset. And so, and that's a good thing. I was listening to a book that I really want to go over with y'all, Fierce Self-Compassion. And she said something to the effect of, she was talking about anger and how women just don't all the time feel comfortable with anger because we're conditioned to not be angry. And, you're like a bad woman if you get angry, or, you just get criticized if you get angry. And so she was saying, we need to get in touch with our anger. We need to be able to express our anger. She mentioned anger without love is harmful, and then love without anger, you're just like, to a certain degree, it's hollow, it's shallow, there's no real substance there, and the ability for us to integrate the two. And she mentioned something like, when we have anger and love mixed together, especially when it comes to social movements, it moves us to say, this is, I'm going to take action in some kind of way about what I'm seeing. Right. So that is what I'm striving for, because I will not just act like I don't see what's going on. I get to say so in society too. Okay. And we, as spiritual women, need, maybe it's not your thing, but I encourage us all to care about what's happening in the world and then use your own approach for how you're going to address it. Because why are we doing this if we're only doing it for ourselves? I think that's really good initially. We do need to do this for ourselves. But the great mother is coming back in full effect because her energy is so absent from the world. It is so absent from people's consciousness that this is what we have, the world that we have. Um, and so what I want to talk about is when we are in this world, and it could be something personally that you're facing, or it could be what's happening in the world. In mindfulness, this quality called equanimity is important because equanimity is all about bringing stability in our mind and in our soul. We're going to have to experience the full gamut. Because, see, I'm not the type of spiritual person who is just like, I can just sit here and just be at peace, even if I see all hell breaking loose. I'm just at peace. The great divine will take care of it all. No, I'm a human being, okay? I'm a spiritual being in a human body, and I'll just tell y'all, I'm not even fully evolved and awake, okay? Uh, Cloaked in the humanity, you might hear me get mad. You might hear me cuss a little bit about what I see that I don't like. I might cry. I'm just being 100, right? So we got to have that. And then we can come back to our equanimity practice. Because sometimes it's like, ooh, this is exhausting me. Anger and frustration, especially when we kind of feel like I don't have any control, it can just weaken us and exhaust us. And so we have our equanimity practice that is about creating that stability in our hearts, in our minds, and our souls. It's about remaining grounded and stable in the midst of our experience. It's about when you notice suffering, responding with compassion, and then that helps us to not get knocked off balance by the unexpected. And with an equanimity practice, you cultivate a state of mind that is both grounded and flexible. And again, especially in the midst of intense emotional experiences. So if you would just go on ahead and take a deep breath in, exhale, long, slow, deep breath out, maybe even through your mouth. Take a nice deep breath through your nose. Long, slow, deep breath out through your mouth. If you want to, close your eyes or lower your gaze. Just finding yourself sinking deeper into your seat. Maybe even noticing what it feels like to sit there on whatever you're sitting on, or if you're standing, what do your feet feel like? Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Maybe lowering relaxing your shoulders. Just bringing your awareness into your present experience. And I want to remind you all that mindfulness is one of the best practices because it asks you to be non-judgmental of yourself, to just be curious, and maybe even to have a beginner's mindset. It's never about being perfect. It's just about being present to what is. It is part of the human nature for the mind to wander. And when you find your mind wandering, you can bring it back to my voice. You can bring your mind to your breath. Inhale, exhale. So let's just go on ahead and begin to notice the sounds. Maybe the feelings in your body. And your overall mental state. Just open your awareness, noticing what you are taking in with your senses. And when something comes up, tune into the mind and notice where you get knocked off balance. Again, just being compassionate, non-judgmental. Certain thoughts or feelings in the body may feel charged, pulling you from your calm state of mind. And just take notice of them. Just sitting in awareness. Noticing the sounds. Sensations in your body. What do you notice? Again, seeking to feel that balance as you notice the thoughts that float by. Maybe just inhaling and exhaling to allow yourself to stay present and aware. If you get knocked off balance, something upsets you, you feel that negative state, maybe using your breath to bring you back to awareness, to presence. Allowing yourself to be compassionate for how you're engaging your practice. Connecting with the breath, inhaling and exhaling, and then opening your awareness to what you're noticing. And just being curious, just being present, allowing yourself to just sit in presence and bask in the now moment. Even if something shows up that feels difficult or challenging, upsetting. Just being present. Now bring to mind someone you care about deeply. And just connect with your intention to care for this person. Why do you care for this person? What is your intention for caring for them? And recognize that although you may care for this person, you cannot control their happiness. But I want you to offer them a few phrases of equanimity. And just repeat this silently in your mind to the person who you have brought to mind. May you be happy. May you be in charge of your happiness. Your happiness is dependent upon your actions, not my wishes for you. Your happiness is dependent upon your actions, not my happiness for you. May you be happy. May you be in charge of your happiness. Your happiness is dependent upon your actions, not my wishes for you. And let's just, again, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, allow that image of the person that you brought up to fade away and just sit here again in presence. Maybe connecting with your breath, Inhale. How does that feel? Exhale. How does that feel? Inhale. And exhale. Again, find someone else who you care about. Try to find someone who is currently experiencing some pain or suffering. Connect with your intention to care, but remain stable. Just remain grounded and offer these phrases of both compassion and equanimity. May you be free from suffering. May you take action to care for your pain. Your freedom is dependent upon your actions, not my wishes for you. Your freedom is dependent upon your actions, not my wishes for you. Inhaling and exhaling, may you be free from suffering. May you take action to care for your pain. Your freedom is dependent upon your actions, not my wishes for you. Inhaling, exhaling, just sitting there, grounded, steeped in this now moment. Maybe even taking your hand and placing it on your heart, other hand on your womb space. And you can just allow the picture or the image of that person to fade. Inhale, exhale, and bring someone to mind in your life who's had some joy or success recently. And offer a few phrases of appreciative joy, staying connected to your equanimity. And just say these silently in your mind. May your joy continue. May you be in charge of your joy. Your joy is in your hands and is not dependent upon my wishes for you. May your joy continue. May you be in charge of your joy. Your joy is in your hands and is not dependent upon my wishes for you. I'm just taking a few deep breaths. Inhale and exhale, long and slow. Allowing the vision of that person to fade on out and just returning to presence, this present moment, connecting with your own energy, your own experience, recognizing that you too are in charge of your own happiness. Your happiness is in your hands. Freedom from suffering in your life is in your hands. Joy and your experience of it, all in your hands. So empowering. Just maybe taking in a deep breath and just being proud of yourself and practicing and encouraging happiness for yourself and for others. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Mhm. Mhm. Yes, please. Let's do this. Oh, okay. I just went back to reading. Let me take a sip. I hope that was a good practice for you all. As I did it, I thought to myself, and I'd love to hear, what that was like for you. As I was doing that practice, I was like, wow, if I just make sure I am taking care of myself and I allow everyone to tap the power within, then it just, to a certain degree, takes the onus off of me. Because a lot of us are from we centered cultures where the value is on taking care of everybody, like take care of the group. Um, and as we grow and evolve, we will do our part to take care of the group. And the best thing we can do is to tune into our happiness, our joy, our talent, our gifts. That is the best thing you actually can do, and share that with the group. And then, but ultimately, we trust in EFI, we talk about the Ori. And I always say someone else's Ori knows better for them than I know. I can't even begin to understand what this person actually needs, but their Ori understands it. And I trust their Ori. And if their Ori needs me to do something, I'll show up and I'll do it. But ultimately, I cannot be in charge of somebody else's life. I cannot do it. We're so blessed that everyone gets to decide what they want to do with their lives, knowing that where we can step in and do something, then we shall. But it is from this place of equanimity that we're able to even see what it is that we need to do or maybe not do. Okay. So I'd love to hear from y'all. And I'm so proud of you, Shannon. She says she is revealing something that in today's world is a huge weight on my shoulders because of the current social climate. The attack on transgender is a huge fright for me. It would be a huge fright for me too. I have a young adult transgender child, so I fear each day for their life. As a mother, I am petrified. And I extend so much love and, just my heart. That's real. There's no downplaying this. It's just real, you know? And so this is one of the reasons I think it's so important for us to have this equanimity practice so that we can keep ourselves safe. And then when it's time for us to get activated, we can get activated. I am not one of the ones that's just like, I'm just going to help my own. I believe it's like a common theme, amongst a lot of us. And if we all come together and work together and stop just focusing on like our one or two specific areas, we are the majority in the world. The majority of the world, I honestly believe, is Aquarius. It is not this BS. You got to be this way, no other way. I see Still Learning said they are non-binary. And so we got to, it's like, who are we to say what is what? Just because things have been one way for so long. And honestly, transgender, non-binary, all of the other designations been around from time memorial. And in other cultures, they were revered. When we think about indigenous cultures, it is this indoctrination that most people will not even be willing to admit. You just believe that any of this is wrong because you were told it was wrong. But it is no denying. This is nothing new. LGBTQIA plus, nothing new. It's just the value of this culture. The West, especially the United States, the way it preys on its citizens is who can we step on the most, right? So I appreciate you for sharing your truth, and you continue to share your truth, Shannon. There was a movie that we showed at my nonprofit. It's called Mama Bears. Now, I don't know if the fullness of this organization, but I love what the Mama Bears are doing, which is they go around, and I don't know if it's during Pride Month. I don't know all the details of it, but they go around and they just offer hugs. And I would say probably everybody in the LGBTQIA community needs a freaking hug. Needs a freaking hug. So I guess I'm just saying to you, Shannon, that you're a mama bear. You're a mama bear. Do what you got to do. Pray for your child. We are. I will speak for myself. I am an ally. Okay. Thank you for being vulnerable with us. Sending a hedge of protection around your child and all who may be feeling targeted. Yes. Sending peace and ease. Beautiful. And still learning. As a non-binary individual myself, I send you much love, rest, ease, and peace. Yes. Protection as well during these times. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh. Okay, good. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Really grateful to see you all and your response, because I know this is something that all of us have to get programmed out of us. It's just how it is. Some of us maybe were fortunate to be raised up in a home that rejected this negativity towards the LGBTQI community. I was raised up in a home, especially with the father figure who was dogging it. And so, I'll admit I have had to socialize myself out of it. I'm not going to even act like I didn't. When I was at Spelman College, I worked at a hotel, and there was a man at the hotel named Charlie. He was just such a great guy. And one day I got the courage to ask him, I just need to know the truth. Is this a choice, or is this really who you are? And he was like, why would I choose this? Why would I choose to be discriminated against? And I was like, I'm fixed. And so yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. And I just cannot be, as someone who is a part of a group who have experienced oppression, enslavement, um, every day of our lives. For some of us, depending on where you live, it feels unsafe to be here. I cannot be a part of, bashing another group, especially LGBTQI community. I can't be a part of that. No way. No way. Ooh, okay. So thank y'all. Okay, good. Yay. I'm glad y'all enjoyed that. It was freeing. Thank y'all so much for your support of Shannon. Because at the end of the day, like I said, LGBTQA been here since time memorial. We just need to embrace humanity. That is what Aquarius is. Aquarius is, we embrace humanity. It is our human connection that matters the most. Yes, that's right. Twin spirits, two spirits. Yes. Yes. Good. Woo, it's nothing like getting that off your shoulders, huh? Okay, let me see here. What else do I want to focus on? Thank you all so much. Glad that was helpful. And we'll be doing more mindfulness. I went into my community this weekend, the Inspired Goddess community and Mighty Networks, and talked about how I want to do more mindfulness work. Um, where are we? I want to do more mindfulness practices. I'm committing to at least one per week, and maybe I'll do one in my community so we can be on Zoom, and then I'll do one out here on YouTube, so people who aren't in my community can take advantage of that also. Oh no, this is the wrong one. So, I thought there was, I can't remember what we said we might would talk about, but I want to talk about, you're welcome. I want to talk about, I want to just keep doing a happy pocket full of money because, um, again, we need to just keep drilling in, like, how are we creating our lives? Abundance, mindset, and consciousness is something that is important to me, and me helping me and you actually cultivate that abundance consciousness, and so that we can create the lives and the world that we desire. So I'm going to stick with going over this. Oh, okay, here we go. Let me just change. I like to be down here. So, are you dedicating? Let me blow this up real quick. Okay. Are you dedicating at least 30 minutes of your day focused only on visualizing and imagining your future? Life is images of the mind expressed. And I want y'all to really think about how much you think in pictures, whether you think you do or you don't. You have something going on in there, or even pictures. If you think about the pictures that you look at, it will invoke something in you, or it might even just put something in you. It'll install something in you. Is why it's so important for us to watch what we're looking at every day. Imagination is what designs your life. Have you dedicated imagination time, but also hold these visions high in your mind all day long? And it goes both ways. So, we're talking about equanimity, we're talking about what's going on in the world that might be, something that we love, or what's going on in the world that might be something that bothers us. And I have been telling myself, you need to be real careful, Tyra, what you seeing in your mind. And I need to be careful of what I'm looking at. Last night, I was talking to the spiritual aspirant initiates, and I was telling them, because one of them said, We're having a new moon ceremony within the initiation." And she said, what do we need to do to get ready? And I said, I mentioned a few things, and I was like, you know what? We actually need to be real cautious about what we're taking in. So I said, I'm gonna have to just be a big girl and stay off the news, the news networks, and avoid headlines and stuff like that. Because what we are thinking about, and I walk around some days like I'm just so mad about this, or I'm so mad about that. Inhale, exhale, bring myself into the present moment. And then I need to make sure I install what it is that I desire. Because a lot of times I'm like, I can't even do anything about this. So I'm gonna let the universe know I'm mad, and then I'm gonna get back to what reading can I do? What sister can I help? What can I do out here in this world in alignment with my destiny? Right. So the world is an illusion. As we will see much more clearly as we move on, see it as an illusion. Believe it to be an illusion designed to be a tool to know and experience yourself. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. This is really why we're here. Once you do so, you will always remember to create the next version of the illusion that you wish to have. And I think it's just important for us to take moments to look at, or collectively come together and imagine peace, imagine harmony amongst all people, imagine, um, see pictures of Mother Earth being lush and abundant all around. It's so easy. We have in our minds what is called negativity bias. And that it was something that was given to our ancient ancestors to help them to survive. But at some point, negativity bias has to be checked. We can't just let it run amok. And then the other thing is, negativity bias just keeps us in this loop of like, I got to be safe. I got to, it just kind of puts us in to a certain degree, a less resource state because we're in fear, right? Um, so it really is important for us to come together collectively and focus on what we desire. So I just want to ask you to drop into the comments right now, whether you're here live or hashtag replay. This is going to make a difference, because whatever you drop and whatever you're envisioning for the world it is going to go out into the quantum field. It can't not do it. We're all one energy. And so what you think, what you believe, what your hope for the world, what you envision for the world, it is going out to the entire quantum field. So what do you see for the world? I want us to collectively drop something into the chat. I want to say health, equality, unity, wealth in all ways. Each person pursues happiness as that, whatever that means for them. So let's just drop this here. Who knows how long YouTube will be around, but for time memorial, as long as YouTube leaves my channel up, this is going to be documented by us. Okay, so please go on ahead and put that into the chat. The other thing I want you to do is to drop into the chat what you wish for your life. What do you want for your own life? Hey, Natasha, how are you? Welcome, Queen. Beautiful. Tranquility. Spiritual advancement. For me, what do you want for your own life? What do you envision? What let's touch and agree while we're here in this energy of abundance and collective a collective coming together to manifest, and drop this energy into the vortex of this new moon, dropping it into the vortex of this eclipse that will bring massive new beginnings for us. Drop in the comments what you wish for yourself. People walking in what is of, for, and from them. My purpose is to help them figure it out. I hear that, Uma Bean. I love that. Okay, so for me, abundance, body, mind, spirit, emotions, family, community, and health. Wealth and financial surplus for me, Ashe. We speak peace of mind. Peace of mind for Natasha. Self-liberation, Shannon. I wish for harmony amongst the collective and respect for each other. Each individual adds to the collective, so healing yourself is healing the whole. Asheo, that's it. Ocean Kimmy. Paulette. Mind's liberation, freedom, health, collaboration, innovation, wealth, and peace. That's Paulette. Ashe. Keita May. I envision unity, intentions that come from a place of love, peace, joy, oneness with the Most High, understanding that we are one and what we do affects everyone and everything, including Mother Earth. Paulette, end of duality. Woo, that feels powerful, y'all. Ain't nothing like women coming together. All right. So your subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between a clear and vividly imagined experience and a real experience. And visualization creates a new subconscious. Visualize your wildest dreams and fantasies. Live large. Back it up with faith, belief, and certainty. For myself, I want a life of ease and flow. Not easy, but knowing when to go with the flow versus against it. Yes. Yes. So the subconscious mind, very important. The subconscious mind is where your self-image is stored. It powers your conscious thoughts and actions. Reprogram it using visualization and belief, and you reprogram your world. Your world is your self-image revealed in a way, revealed to you in a way that you can experience it. That's important right there. Your world is your self-image revealed to you in a way that you can experience. And I used to hate that thought because I'm like, you mean to tell me I'm creating all this stuff that I don't like? But if we really take the time to go within and look at what do I think is possible for me, or what is the predominant feeling that I have about myself, and what do I think about my life, it will be very telling. This is one of the reasons I love journaling, because eventually I always get to the truth of what's really there. And so when we are honest with ourselves, so, one of the things that I had to get honest with myself about was, you know, I honestly just don't want to exercise because um it just I just exercise so much. And it sounds to me crazy for me to say that, given I do value health and well-being. I used to be all into exercise, right? But when, instead of just saying, I don't know why I don't exercise, like I just keep every day waking up saying I'm going to exercise. I don't know why I don't do it. I was like, honestly, I have to be honest with myself. I just got burned on exercising. I just don't want to do it. That's the real truth that I had to face, right? And so once I did that, it made sense why I was seeing, no matter how many times I planned out, no matter how many commitments I made, the exercise, even if I got it done, eventually it was going to fall off. So if we get honest with ourselves, if we get honest with ourselves, this is another one. I remember, let me see if I can find this book. I don't know if y'all have seen this book before, the Abundance book. And in this book, there's all these things that we're supposed to say. It's 10 days that we're supposed to let me see if I can find it. I haven't used it in a minute. Okay. So when he would read this one, because I think I have it on tape. Yeah, something like that. I have it on. Oh, here it is. So when he would say this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is truly where I stand in my abundance consciousness. It says, my consciousness of the spirit within me as my unlimited source is the divine power. Listen, to restore the years the locusts have eaten. To restore the years the locusts have eaten. And I could literally see on the inside of me a place where I'm like, yep, the locusts have eaten all my abundance up. What are the locusts? Who knows? It could be something I learned from my parents, or somebody made me feel not valuable and not worthy. And I took that on as, like, yeah, they're right. All the years the locusts have eaten, when I was like, oh my gosh, I do see that. It's a barren, barren place within me. I can see it. No wonder I have money issues. No wonder I have self-worth issues. No wonder I'm afraid of money, right? But let me just go on ahead and say the rest of it so we get this in our consciousness. My consciousness of the spirit within me is my unlimited source, is the divine power to restore the years the locusts have eaten, to make all things new, to lift me up to the high road of abundant prosperity. Can you imagine that? Just see yourself being lifted up to the high road and landing your feet firmly on the high road of prosperity. This awareness, understanding, and knowledge of spirit appears as every visible form and experience that I could possibly desire. And so I just began to tell myself, if I want more abundance in my life, I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to see this thing, right? Because if we get real with ourselves, what's on the inside of us is telling the truth. It helps us to see. And all we have to do is be spiritual scientists, be Ma'at. Ma'at is like, oh, okay, I tested that out. There's a law of polarity. And it's interesting. I'm going back through Manifestation Babe Academy. She goes through different rounds and she'll invite the grads, on their own to go through it. And she was going over the laws of the universe, one of which is the law of polarity. I've listened to this video multiple times, too many times to count, because I just listened to it over and over and over. But this time I heard something different. When she was talking about the law of polarity, it's like sometimes things show up that we don't want. And a lot of us get frantic. It's like, oh, I didn't want this thing. And it's like, oh, this is bad. This is not working. But the law of polarity is actually designed to help us do one or two things, either to understand what we don't want. It's like, oh, yeah, got that on my list. Don't want that. Or to help us get clarity on what we want. And what I ended up doing was I began to see a lot of things that I was doing when it comes to manifestation and prosperity, that it was the law of polarity showing me you don't want this. But I took it on as a story. I am bad at fill in the blank. Man, this is just my destiny. It must be because of this or must be because of that. I'm just so bad at this, How many of us do that to ourselves, right? And so what we have to do is to say, well, whatever I'm seeing in my life is really just information. When we go back to our mindfulness practice, I'm going to be curious about this instead of telling all these stories about myself. I'm going to be curious. And then I'm going to go inside and I'm going to bless that place that the locust ate. You know what? Bless you, because I need to bring some healing into you. But right now, I've been on this path that the locusts have eaten for the longest time. I am lifting myself up and putting myself on the high road of prosperity and abundance. And that is my new road that I'm taking. Every time I feel like I'm down with the locusts, I'm like, you know what? We said we weren't there anymore. Lifting myself up on the high road of prosperity and abundance. Okay. So yeah, this is amazing. I envision the people of the world take care of themselves as well as Mother Gaia. People having more compassion in their hearts. Also, the people find peace and abundance in fulfilling their purpose. Y'all done spoke some beautiful, beautiful blessings into the world, beautiful affirmations, beautiful visionings. We receive that. The subconscious mind is where you got to start. Period. Yes. Now, for Mystic Storm, she envisions for herself a courageous, energetic being that is living in harmony, also having quality health and wealth in all aspects of life. Asheo. For Keita May, she envisions for herself, I envision freedom, walking in my true light, to always be pure-hearted, abundance of joy, peace, good health, and prosperity, to be understood and not judged, connection to the great mothers. And it is so. Ashe. Asheo. Trust me, I feel like we're twins. I promise you, Jasmine, I thought I wrote that. I was like, did I say that? And Jasmine heard me. Proof is in the pudding. I used to say, what is going to happen next? Exactly. And I shifted that out of my mind. It's no longer a downward spiral after a bad life event. Exactly. Because the universe, it will give you that answer. Okay. So your life is images, your imaginations expressed into the physical things. More accurately, it is the manifestation into the physical world of visions, good and bad, that you believe in most, consciously or unconsciously. So you got to sell yourself on it. You got to believe and know and be certain that the way we create the life that we desire is in consciousness first. I don't care what anyone says out here, doing it inside of me first. What do you got to lose to do it that way? Most of us have done it the other way, from the outside in. We're looking at the effect and trying to do something about the effect when we really need to come inside and look at the cause. That's why we say in NLP, you are at first cause, because everything starts in consciousness, and all of you have experienced something new, something different when it comes to, you know what, I used to think one way, but now I think this way, and my life is totally different, right? So how to do the impossible? Let your imagination fly. How many of us are doing that, y'all? Get excited about your images, energize them with positive emotion. Emotions are energy in motion. Gratitude, how many times do we talk about gratitude? Is one of the most powerful of these emotions. Infuse every cell of your body with images, your images, because each cell has its own consciousness. Infuse every cell with the gratitude that I'm going to put, highlight this, infuse every cell with the gratitude that you have realized your goal already, even if you're not experiencing it now. You have received it automatically by the perfect laws of the universe. Even before you ask, it has been given to you. And when you act, remember to do this same infusions in your actions. I want you to think about one thing that you're like, this is the manifestation for me. I want you to not use the word want. I want you to say, this is the manifestation for me. I am walking, I'm feeling it. And just see this vision just all through every cell in your body. Take a deep breath, exhale, and just allow that energy, that vision, that good feeling, feel it as if it is right now, goddesses. Feel it as if it is right now. You choose the images, and the source, God, goddess, does the work effortlessly and perfectly. That is the deal. I want you to see. So I want you to go out into the future. I want you to go find the future version of yourself that is experiencing right now the very thing, one thing, not too many, one thing. I want us to focus on one thing. I want you to see her. I want you to see the what she's thinking, what she's doing, what she's feeling. How's she moving? How's she acting? What is her attitude? What are her values? I want you to now jump into that version of yourself that you've manifested. Yes. Jump into that version of yourself. You've manifested it. Feel yourself as if it is already done. And I want you to like send this whole feeling, that all the whole vision, just send it throughout your entire being. Now, what I want you to do is jump out of that picture and now see yourself as if you're watching yourself. Jump out the picture. Don't stay in the picture. We cannot stay in the picture. You've got to jump out of it. And I want you to brighten that picture and just really feel like, oh, yes. Oh, oh, it just feels so good. That version of myself, it feels so good. Now I want you to lock it in. Just lock it in. Just like maybe even put it there on a wall, maybe somewhere in front of you, very high up in front of you. As a matter of fact, make it high up in front of you. Put it there on that wall. Hold it there and like intensify the energy that you see. You've manifested it. You feel it. You already know it. Intensify it. And I want you to hear yourself lock it in. Maybe even make it sound like that. Lock it in. Maybe move your hand like a key. It's locked in. And now I want you to come all the way back to this now moment and just sit and bask in it. When you're ready, you can open your eyes if you close your eyes. This is how we really lock these images in. And then we have to wait for the universe to come and do its thing. All right. Okay. The conscious mind creates impressions into the subconscious. It does so by repetition. The subconscious mind then expresses these images, causes an expression into physical manifestation. The conscious does not cause expression. Let me say this again. The conscious mind, I don't care how much you think about what you want, that is not what causes things. The conscious mind is the goal setter. The subconscious mind is the goal getter. Okay. So once we set the goal, now it's time for us to program it into the subconscious mind and to work in a co creative process with the universe. We tell the universe the what and the why. And the universe is in charge of how and when. Okay. So the conscious mind can only impress on the subconscious mind using repetition, faith, belief, and certainty. The reason this is so is that the conscious holds all sorts of thoughts, those you believe in and those you do not. It's like a wild monkey jumping on very many thoughts throughout the day. The subconscious mind, on the other hand, holds only what you hold as truth to you, what you believe in. So you really want to be clear about that. No matter what our mouths say and what our conscious mind says, we really need to see what do I really believe? Okay, what is my truth? It holds your sponsoring thoughts. That is why only the subconscious, or what some call the heart, causes expression. Okay. Your subconscious only takes in the affirmation and not the negative. Very important. If you visualize a goal and set a goal, I'm not poor anymore, it will only take in poor. Instead, change it to something like I am rich, wealthy, and abundant. And this is why we can't let our conscious mind be, what's the word I want to use? Like talking us down. Like, you're wealthy, rich, and abundant. Look at your bank account. Look at the house you're living in. Look at the clothes you wear and the car you drive. That's when we're like, that's not what you're in charge of. That's not your job. Your job was to set the goal. You don't have to worry about it. Sometimes I'll just be talking it down, like, now for real. Like, no, be quiet. Maybe I'm gonna go put something on to replace whatever thoughts are up there. And then I go down though, and I'm like, nah, for real. This is what you know, maybe I'm going to listen to some affirmations or whatever work we need to do, or we start visualizing. You know what? I may not see it in this world right here yet, but I can do it on the inside. It's what are we hurting by visualizing what we want on the inside, right? Okay. The subconscious mind does not internalize not. It does not internalize negated sentences. It only internalizes I am something, not I am not. And sometimes we might have to. I might say, you know what? That's who I used to be, but I am not that woman anymore. Let me tell you who I am. I'll be talking like that to myself in the mirror. I'm not even talking to the world. So I will have these conversations because sometimes we do need to get out what we're not. But at the end of the day, we are sealing that thing up with, let me tell you who I am, though. Let me tell you what I'm standing on. Okay. And then we want to make sure that we're seeing it. I use subconscious programming to be able to eat grapes. I forgot about that. That's true. Yes, grapes. What it showed me is that I can reprogram myself to do and be anything and anyone. I am the creatrix, period, with a T. I love that. I forgot all about that. That is so good. When visualizing your goal, see yourself already in possession of what you desire. Say and think, I am, not I will be. We're not saying I will be. So that one is going to we're going to draw through this one. Okay. We're not doing this one. Right. We are doing this right here. This is critical. I am is this is critical. I am is power, all there is. Later, you will see how this is scientifically so. Now is the only existing moment, and all others are illusions. This is why we're talking about the world is an illusion. All other things held constant to the extent an individual or society has positive or grand images in the right way, so they will have health and happiness. This is one of my favorite quotes because I think he says it multiple times. So I pushed this today because I was like, I really think we're close to the end. Now that you have the basics of creation covered, let us move on into progressively larger things. Carry with you what you now know about images, for you will need to keep building your understanding of wealth. And the larger lessons that follow will enable you to know this lesson on images even deeper, experientially, scientifically, and spiritually. Let's keep moving. Woo! We finally made it to a new chapter. That's not. Okay, here we go. I got a download stating to treat the inner critic as reverse psychology. That's interesting. What does that exactly mean, Jasmine? Reverse psychology. Yeah, give me an example of how that would look. I'm gonna have to drop Shaka I am shirt in the community. Great way to remember I am is to wear it. Yes. I love that. I love that. Mm-mm. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and take this out. Let me pull a card. Woo. Yeah. Um, yes, Mystic Storm. I just need to say miscellaneous AB and Mystic. It's that M. I was talking to Mystic Storm. Mystic Storm, Morgan. Yes. Inner critic is reverse psychology. Whoa. I am guidance. Asheo. Make sure it's not too loud. Mystic Storm. For example, if the inner critic says you can't do something, my response is watch me. Okay. I love that so much. I love that so much. Um, oh wow. Yeah. So the other thing that I'll tell y'all about the inner critic, my inner critic, I call her negative Nan. Um, old Nan, I'll be like, okay, when I hear your voice, you're just letting me know maybe I'm outside of my comfort zone. Um, maybe it is the reverse psychology because I think, Nan, you're gonna get shut out. I'm gonna get rid of you. Keep it up, Nan. I'm trying not to cut you out, but you're gonna get cut. All right, you want to stay or you want to go, right? Because the inner critic is gonna be there, but we have to figure out a way to check it. But I know, Mystic Storm. I think it's the M's or something. I don't know what it is, but let me know if it's still significant or if you're good, because it's just something that me and Morgan know. Okay. It's something because I know the difference between when I said Jasmine, I was in my mind, I saw your face, Mystic Storm. Okay. So I pulled for us a DT. I love this one. A DT. The Great Void. All righty. Aditi is the Hindu mother of all gods and goddesses, the great womb and the primordial abyss that precedes creation. From the ultimate void, she gave birth to the stars and planets. Pure divinity, Aditi existed before time as the infinity of Mother Space. All creation is conceived and born from the fertile void of her emptiness. Aditi is the mother of all. Her womb holds the totality of creation yet unborn, vast and limitless, with all possibilities to come. She is the great mystery that dwells in the ethers, who fulfills every desire and nourishes all life. Aditi comes during the times of the great void that precede transition. She is the emptiness that must be acknowledged when the way before you is dark and unclear, helping you to face the unknown with surety and without fear. Aditi allows you to see the result of your actions, before acting, to use the fertile seed times to gain new perspective and access fresh ideas. Aditi holds all possibilities for your future, which becomes clearer through self-reflection and understanding. Before your world is manifested, Aditi brings all possibilities to you for creating the world of substance to come. If that ain't on point, I don't know what is. Yes, DT. Let's see here. I'm gonna do this one. We're gonna take it out on a bang. Let's do this one. I want to do this one instead. I love this one. It's my favorite. So I need to make sure I put this up on that one. I haven't had my banner going the whole day. There we go. Music by Sharkey. All right, y'all, let's dance a little bit. Let's have a good time. Yes. I have a little, wait a minute, hold up. Jasmine, miscellaneous AB. I have a little goddess card for her. Wow. Nice. Okay. Woo! All right, Eclipse. We honor you with grace and ease. We honor you with grace and ease. We honor you with grace and ease. Come on, y'all. Let our hips not lie today. Let our hips tell the truth. All right, tell the truth and shame the devil with your hips. Let's do this. I gotta take off my shoes, Eileen, girl. I'm about to get this thing going. So be it. Are y'all dancing? Or is it just me? Maringue, maringue. Who's dancing? Baby, I was at Freaknik. I was at Freaknik. All right. Thank you, Morgan. Mystic Storm, Morgan. I'm not messing up no more. Ah. It wasn't me. I don't care what anyone says. You see someone who looks like me, it wasn't me. It ain't over. Miscellaneous AB Jasmine. It was not me. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh Lord, Eileen is outing me. I never had a Holly Berry cut. It was not me. Never. Never. All right, queens, I'm headed out. Thank you. We had a great time today. All right, I'll see y'all, okay?